And good evening, guys. How is everybody? Hope everyone is doing well. Welcome back to the show, guys. Hope everyone's had a great weekend. Yes. How are you, Joshua? 5 stars. How are you, Josh? Hope you're doing well, my friend. Hope your club wins. Cheers, Josh. I appreciate the love. Thank you very much. How is everyone on this Sunday evening, as it is here in the UK? Big up, Ali. How are you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Thank you for last night, guys. Really good stream last night. Good video last night. Got over 200 views on that video, and yeah, it was a good show. Today's show's going to be a little different, of course. We're going to be looking at Liverpool and Manchester City squads side by side because yeah, it might be a lot closer than people think. I know a lot of people think Manchester City have got this, amazing squad. You've got 24 players, 2 players for every position. They're really not. They've really got quite a small team. It's just that they don't get many injuries, and a lot of their players can play in lots of different positions. So it's going to be an interesting one, guys. This should be an interesting video. John Moore in the house. How are you, John? You're keeping well, my friend. I'm doing well. It's 1 for me, 1 p.m. It's 1 in the afternoon for Josh, all the way in Oklahoma. Hope you're doing good, Josh. Hope you're doing good, guys. And guys, everyone who's watching on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, wherever you're watching me right now, don't forget to hit a like button on the video. It helps me out massively. And if you've not already, please give the channel a subscribe if you like what you see. I'd really, really appreciate it. Thank you very much, everybody. But yeah, so this title of this video, we have the better squad now, in my opinion. I might agree with you, Ali. When I put these squads up, I think people are going to be in for a bit of a shock how good Liverpool squad actually is. So that's what the title of this video is, guys. It's basically Liverpool versus Man City, squad for squad. Who really does have the better squad out of the two teams? And I've been looking at it for a while now. Manchester City, I think everyone thinks they have 24 players, 2 players for every position. And that's not really the case. There was a video I was watching on YouTube, and it was Daps. He's a big Manchester City fan. He's on his own. He's got his own YouTube channel, and Never a Foul, I believe it's called. Great show. He's a good, great bloke as well, Daps. But he was talking about how small Man City's squad is. And he was saying we only really got 16 players. And I was thinking, no, you haven't. You got this massive squad, Manchester City. So I went and Googled it myself, and I was very shocked how small Man City's squad actually is. And the thing with Manchester City, they never get injuries. And because they rarely get injuries, and a lot of their players are extremely versatile and can play in a lot of different positions. So it makes you think they got this. But they have got 16 quality players, don't get me wrong. Similar with Liverpool. Everyone says Liverpool's squad's not big enough. They can't compete. They're doing well where they are at this moment in time. This is what you hear from some Liverpool fans or some other fans of other clubs who just like to banter Liverpool. But the fact of the matter is Liverpool have equally as a good squad as Manchester City. And yeah, we're going to check that out today. Tom in the house. Oh, God, I've gone right past everyone. Oi, fella. Tom, how you doing, my man? Hope you're good. Ali, they lost a few players in the last few seasons. City Sane company, Aguero, David Silva, to name a few. Yeah, exactly. Joe Barnes, how are you, Joe Barnes? It's true. That is why City have a similar wage bill to Liverpool. That is very true as well. Joe Barnes, how are you? Welcome to the show. I don't know if you've been in before, but welcome. Yeah, it's like Ali says here as well. a few seasons ago, they did have the likes of Sane, Company, Aguero, and David Silva. Have they replaced them yet? I don't know. I don't think they have. But, they had a massive squad anyway, so they could cope with them leaving. And as Joe Barnes says here, it's true. And that's why the wage bill, it's very similar. The wage bill for both clubs is on a similar level because City might pay some players more wages than on average than Liverpool pay their players. But because City's squad is actually smaller than people think, it equals out in a wage bill. That's why it equals out. This is all up for debate, guys. It's just a bit of a fun show while we're on international break. I'm trying to rack my brains of we have more players, don't you, Joe? Joe, you're a Liverpool fan by any chance? I just want to make sure I got that right. You're a Liverpool fan, or a Man City fan. Look, I'm trying to wrap my ideas of videos to give you guys a bit of debate, a bit of fun here and there while we're on international break. And I thought this would be a fun one to look at, guys. Just have a nice debate about it. I'm not going to take let's not all take it too seriously. This is just a bit of fun. Look at and actually see where we are as a team. But we have kept some of our players and added players like Thiago, Jota, Tsimikas, Canite, Diaz, but lost the likes of Lovren and Genie. Yeah, exactly. Definitely a Liverpool fan, bro. Excellent, Joe. Excellent, my man. Welcome to the show anyway, Joe. Welcome to the show anyway. So what I'm going to do first, I'm going to share the screen, guys, and I'm going to get Liverpool squad first. So I'm going to get Liverpool squad up on the screen first, and we're going to go through that. Let's get it up now. So, guys, this is Liverpool squad. We'll go through it, starting at the goalkeeper end of things, and we'll work our way all the way down the squad and see where we feel in our Liverpool squad and where we think we can do better and where we might be better than Man City before we go and look at Man City's squad. So we'll start with the goalkeepers, obviously, guys, as we've got it up there. So we've got Alisson. I just sort of look at that amazing man right there. We've got Alisson, obviously, in goal. Our number one goalkeeper. Arguably, for me, I don't know if there's a better goalkeeper in world football than Alisson Becker at this moment in time. I think he's a fantastic goalkeeper. Yes, he does make the odd mistake here and there, but every goalkeeper ever of all time makes mistakes. Oliver Kahn's back in the day made mistakes. Your Neuers have made mistakes. Your Buffons have made mistakes. All goalkeepers have made mistakes. So, that happens. But at this moment in time, I don't know if there's many better goalkeepers in the world than Alisson Becker. His one-on-one saves, his one-on-one goalkeeping is arguably the best around. His positioning in goal and making things look easy is what separates him from me from a lot of goalkeepers. You never see Alisson pull off what they call weldy saves, really stretching out from one post to the next. But the reason you never really see that, guys, is because he doesn't have to do it because of how good his positioning is in goal. For me, Alisson is, he might not be as good with his feet as Ederson is. Ederson probably has that as an advantage over Alisson. But Alisson, as a goalkeeper, is a better goalkeeper than Ederson. But some of our players are injury prone, especially in midfield, and that's why it seems we have a small squad, Jamie. Exactly, Ali. That's what we're going to get to, my friend. Caoimhin Kelleher. Caoimhin Kelleher is a very good number 2 for me. He's a keeper learning his trade. At the moment, he's only had 2 appearances. He's had 1 clean sheet in them 2 appearances. I mean, look at Alisson's record. He's got 16 clean sheets in 27 appearances so far. Caoimhin Kelleher is a very, very good goalkeeper. He's an Northern Irish international, Irish international already. Irish international already. Good goalkeeper. had an exceptional season in the League Cup. Obviously, played in the League Cup all the way through to the final. Had a great final as well. He's a goalkeeper. He's a goalkeeper I would trust in goal for me. If Keller had been in goal for some time because Alisson was out injured or anything like that, Keller had to play for a while. I don't know about you guys, but I wouldn't worry so much. I think Kelleher is a really good goalkeeper. So for me, he's a very, very good number 2. As you can see, we are littered with goalkeepers. Obviously, we've got Adrian. He'd be leaving in the summer, obviously. Luis Carrias, obviously, be leaving in the summer. You got Pitaluga, who I know the club are quite high on, but he's only a young boy. And Harvey Davis as well, another young boy. But Pitaluga will probably be the number 3 goalkeeper going into next season. Alisson number 1, and Queven Kelleher a really good number 2, in my opinion. Joe says about Alisson, his position is in immaculate. It is. It's one of the good. It's really one of the big things I love about Alisson is his positioning in goal, and it is immaculate, as you say. Ali says, get rid of Karras and Adrian, promote Pitaluga and loan Harvey Davis. I think that is what they'll do, Ali. That's why I'm saying Pitaluga, I think, would be third choice. Queven Kelleher, who's a very, very good goalkeeper, will be number 2 and Alisson number 1. So in the goalkeeping department, we are stacked. We've got 2 very good goalkeepers I can rely on. Ravi in the house. How are you, Ravi? Hope you're doing well, my friend. Big up to you. My good friend Steve in the house. Stat man, how you doing, my man? Hope you're good. So that's the goalkeepers. Let's go down to the defenders now. Now I think we got the best defence. I know we haven't got the best defensive record in the Premier League because we conceded 20. Man City have conceded less than us, and so have Chelsea. But that's because of the way we play. We're quite open at the back, and we play one-on-one defending the centre backs. And our fullbacks are basically like inside midfielders, like wide midfielders. So we play one-on-one defending. We play a high line. So that's why we might concede a little more goals than everyone else. But for defenders, I don't think you can get much better than Virgil van Dijk, Gomez, Trent, Matip, Robbo, and Tsimikas. As your defensive squad. I've said this all year. I think we got the best 4 centre backs in the Premier League combined. Van Dijk, Matip, for me, is the best defensive combination, the best centre back pairing in the Premier League. And then Gomez and Konate are tremendous centre backs to come on. Great additions to the squad, add excellent quality depth to the centre back areas. Obviously, Andy Robbo is one of the best, if not the best, left back in world football. And then Tsimikas is a very, very good number 2 to him. Robbo's probably here. Tsimikas is probably here. There's not a lot in it. 2 tremendous left backs. For me, better than what Man City have got. I think our defence, when we compare it to Man City's in a little bit, Virgil van Dijk is better than any Man City defender. And Joel Matip is equally probably just as good as any other Man City defender. So that's how I'm looking at it from a defensive point of view. And obviously, Konate coming in the summer. Compare Konate to Nathan Ake. I think Konate is a better defender. Ake is a bit more raw than Ake. Ake has a bit more Premier League experience, obviously, and international experience. But I think Konate is a better defender. I'd rather have Konate than Nathan Ake. I think Joel Matip is better defender than Laporte. You can argue Diaz. I think Diaz is an exceptional defender. But I think Van Dijk and Joel Matip are the best centre-back partnership in the Premier League. And Joe Gomez and Konate are great understudies to that. 2 tremendous left-backs. Where we are weak is the right-back area because we really only have Trent. Get another right-back in the summer and we can't go wrong. Like Ali says, I just had a right-back and we are good. But Ali and Henderson have the same clean sheets. They do have the same clean sheets. They do have the same clean sheets, but I think Alisson is a better goalkeeper. His positioning is better in goal. You know, his positioning in the goal is first class. That's why you never have to see him make a worldie, because he's just there, makes easy saves look easy. You know, the hard shot, he makes the hard saves look really easy, and his one-on-one goalkeeping is better than Henderson. What Henderson is better at is with his feet. Joe says can't get a better defensive squad. Gomez covering right back as well. Yeah, exactly. It's the best defensive squad in the Premier League for me. Tariq, my pal, how you doing, Tariq? How you doing, my man? Big up, Jamie. How you doing, fella? Matip and Diaz are about the same level at the moment for me. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. I like Diaz. It's hard to split them. Diaz might sneak Matip due to fitness issues. It could, but Matip's been fitter than Tariq than Tariq. He's definitely fitter than you, Tariq. But no, Matip has been fitter than Diaz this season, because Diaz is injured at the moment, isn't he? Unpopular opinion, I don't rate Diaz. I rate Laporte over Diaz. He's so rash. I mean, this is what I like about doing these squad comparisons, guys. We all have different options on players, don't we? Opinions on players, who we prefer, who we like. I like that. This is why I like doing this sort of thing. We have a better defensive goalkeeper than City, hands down. Yeah, I agree, John. I do agree, my man. I think it's I like this debate. I think our squads are so much closer than people think. And obviously, there's Ibrahim Konate. He's only had 8 Premier League appearances, and he's had 4 clean sheets. So that's not too bad going. He's been used more in Europe a little bit more this season. And then obviously we've got our youth players here in Beck, Norris, Quinish, and Billy Cometto. But, you know, I'm not really looking at the youth. I'm going to take youth out of these squads because, you know, they're not playing games. And you don't bring in, there's no point putting them in. Right, the midfield. The midfield is one area I think Man City are better than us at. I think Man City probably have a better midfield to Liverpool, but it's not like we're crap in that area either at the same time. We're extremely strong in that area. Jamie, they need to give Thiago what they are giving Matty. He's not getting injured. Thiago needs to stay fit. Yeah, they need to give Thiago that. I think Thiago Ali will be much better next season when he has a pre-season. He hasn't had a real pre-season at Liverpool yet. His first season he joined, it was right in the middle of the pandemic. There was nothing going on. You know, really hard to get involved into the club when it's right in the middle of the pandemic. No fans, really horrible. Then the following season, he was at the Euros with Spain. Probably shouldn't have gone, but he went to the Euros with Spain. So he didn't really have a pre-season there. This summer, apart from a few friendlies that he probably won't be imparting, he'll have his first proper pre-season under Liverpool. And I think they will get him under the same regime that I think they're trying to get Joel Matip in now. What happened to Big Billy? He was getting talks about all last summer. Yeah, he was, weren't he, Billy the Kid? I just don't think he's good enough, John, at the end of the day, my man. We might have more midfielders, similar to midfielders, I think you're saying there, John. So the midfield, Fabinho, I'm going to go with Fabinho first. Fabinho, for me, is the best defensive midfielder in the league. I think Rodri is extremely good, don't get me wrong. I'm going to try and take bias out of this as well, guys. It's very easy to be very biased and just go, yeah, all our players are quality. But I've got to take bias out of this and try and split this down the middle fairly. But I do believe Fabinho is the best out-and-out defensive midfielder in the Premier League. I think he's better on the ball as well, and he's better on the ball. He reads the game a bit better than Rodri as well. Rodri is an extremely good player, but on the ball, I think Fabinho's better, and I think he reads the game better as well. So you got Fabinho there. You obviously got Thiago. Now Thiago is a world-class footballer. The problem with Thiago is his injuries. Now, if we could put Thiago on, you know, Pro Evolution settings and just take all the injuries off, you know, and everyone plays at the top of their level constantly, Thiago is probably the best midfielder in the league. But because of his injuries, It's very hard. But he's an extremely good player. I think Thiago could play in Man City's midfield very easily. I think Thiago could play in Man City's midfield quite easily. He's that type of player. He's very skillful, good on the eye, very clever with the ball. Then we've got Jimmy Milner. Look, James Milner. What's not to love about James Milner? He's a proper professional. And he's a proper professional and can play anywhere in the midfield. He can play right back, for goodness sake. And he gives his 100% effort. Every team needs these professionals in your squad. And, James Milner was at Man City. James Milner won a league title with Manchester City before he came to us. It's an extremely good midfielder. Will he be here next season? I'm not sure. But in the meantime, you've got to have professionals like Jimmy Milner about. Naby Keita, another one like Thiago, extremely good midfielder. Has a lot of qualities to his game. Are we ever going to see the best of Naby Keita for Liverpool? I don't know. Injuries have plagued his career awfully. I think he averages 8 games a season with Liverpool because of injuries. I think that's all he averages, 8 games a season. And that's sad because he's a tremendous player. But are we ever going to see that greatness from Naby Keita? Jordan Henderson. I rave about Jordan Henderson all the time, as Tariq would know. If he's still in the comments, he would know that I was only talking about Jordan Henderson last night with him. And I think Jordan Henderson, although he's not a world-class footballer in his abilities, he plays at a world-class level. For the last few years, Jordan Henderson has been playing under Jurgen Klopp at a world-class level. Maybe not so much at this moment in time. I think, he's getting older now, and I think injuries have impacted what he does. But under Jurgen Klopp, when we won the league title, we won the Champions League, Jordan Henderson was one of the main reasons them happened. Them trophies happened because of his professionalism, because his desire to win everything and every game he plays. You have that. He is a quality player as well. There is a good player there. He has got a great pass going forward. People say he can't pass, but he can pass. His work ethic and his work rate is second to none. Tremendous player. Great servant to the club. Oxlade-Chamberlain. I absolutely adored Oxlade-Chamberlain when we first bought him. I thought he was a tremendous midfielder. I think he got 11 goals this season, but his first season. Then got his knee injury against Man City in the quarterfinals of the Champions League. And he was out for 12 months. Came back, got another injury, was out for months again. Them injuries have impacted his Liverpool career. And I know I like the Ox, but it's time for the Ox to move on for me. Great player in his day. He's got a good long shot. Tariq will know from his Arsenal days. He's got a good long shot. He's got a penetrating run. He's very direct. He's good on the ball. He's a very good player, Oxlade-Chamberlain, but we're never going to see that again just because of his injuries. And Liverpool's midfield has evolved and become better and different since Oxlade-Chamberlain first came into the team a few years back under Jurgen Klopp. And that's why it's so hard for the Ox to get first team football now. Let me just get through some of your comments. Get rid of Ox and buy CM and loan Curtis and Naby and keep Milner. Big talk from Ali. Tariq says that at John, the level Liverpool are playing isn't the best environment for a young centre-back with a lack of experience to give him time to flourish. Yeah, exactly. Fabinho and Rodri are close, but I'll give you edge to Fab. Yeah. Same, Joe, I think Fab is just a little bit better on the ball. I think he's better on the ball. He's got a better pass on him. He's actually got a penetrating pass where he can cut out a lot of players. I've seen it a few times. He's got a better shot on him. He's got a better long distance shot. He's better at penalties. And I think he reads the game better. I think he reads the game a little better. For me, he's the best. Pep would love Thiago back with him in his team. Yeah, I think if Thiago never got injuries and was fit, I think Man City would have loved to have him. Tariq says, Thiago has had injuries throughout his career, unfortunately. Yeah, exactly. It's unfortunate, but he is a world-class talent. Their midfield probably just a bit better than ours because of the injuries. Yeah, exactly. Pep said if there are players that don't need the stats to see he's a great football, Thiago is that. Yeah, exactly. Too many people look at assists and goals now, don't they? Either a player don't assist or get goals. They can't be that good. I mean, it's ridiculous, ain't it? Trick. When I look at the midfield, there's quite a few injury-prone players. Yeah, exactly. That's why I think, that's where Man City have the advantage. Ox done well when Salah was away of AFCON. He did do very well, Joe. I don't know if that inside right position now is probably the place you should play him. I don't think Ox suits playing in midfield anymore. I know Ox likes to play in midfield, but I just don't think he's got the legs to run box to box anymore. And then he's not. He has got the legs. He ain't got. I just don't know if he's got the fitness to run box to box anymore. And he's not a defensive kind of midfielder. But when Salah was away, he played on that inside right front three for us on the inside right, and he got goals. He contributed to the team. His passing was good, and I think that's where he should be playing from there on. Not really in the midfield three. So we've got Curtis Jones there as well. Curtis Jones, young Scouse boy, Liverpudlian through and through, from the academy into the first team. Very talented footballer. But I think with Curtis, he's a squad player. And we just need to see a bit more from Curtis to be a first teamer at this moment in time. Good footballer, though. Hangs onto the ball a bit too long at times. But he has got a trick. He can go past the player. He has got past them. And he has got a good shot on him as well. We've seen the goals he has scored for Liverpool. And he can break into the box. Good squad player in the midfield. I like Curtis. I've got time for Curtis Jones. I mean, we have got a lot of midfielders. And then Harvey Elliott. The Prince, as I like to call him. The young Prince, Harvey Elliott. This kid is going to be something special. Injury, unfortunately, that horrible injury, the dislocation and fracture of his ankle this season has ruined his whole season for him. If he never got that, this kid would have been up for me for Young Player of the Year if he never got that injury, because the stuff he was doing at the beginning of the season, don't forget, Jurgen Klopp picked him over Jordan Henderson to start with. He was playing games. He played all the games for his injury, and he looked fantastic. This young player is going to be an exceptional talent for Liverpool and England. And next season could be his season to flourish. It really could. This season's just about him getting his fitness again, things like that. But next season, Harvey Elliott could be the one to watch, guys. John says, big up to the Liverpool women today, getting a nice 3-0 win. Yep, they look like they're going to get promotion. Really good for them. Good point. The legs aren't needed as much playing right wing. Yeah, exactly. He only has to do what? Halfway line to the attacking box, in that sort of area. I think in midfield, Ox can't. He's got the legs, but he hasn't got the fitness to do the box-to-box, and he hasn't got the defensive capabilities of what Klopp wants in the midfield. That's why I like him out on the right. Ali, I would loan Curtis to give him experience, get Carvalho to buy. I'm not going to pronounce it, Ali. I can't pronounce this name. You do it to me every day. I'm not going to sound silly with my new teeth in. I can't say it. And Jude to replace Ox. Would you loan Jones out to another Premier League team next season, getting games? If we go buy a midfielder in the summer, I think Ox will leave. I think Milner might leave, guys. I don't know if he's going to take that 1-year deal. So if Milner and Ox leaves in the summer, we're going to need to bring a midfielder in. And Harvey will be playing a lot next season. He's going to be playing a lot next season, Harvey Elliott. And we bring in another midfielder, then I'll probably let Curtis Jones go out on loan. Thoughts on Morton? He's done okay when he's played. He had a good game at AC Milan at the San Siro. He bossed that midfield against AC Milan. He played really well. The problem with Tyler Morton, he's a defensive midfielder. That looks like that's his position at this moment in time. There is talks about that he may be able to get a bit further forward, but the game he plays is a bit box to box. And I think Tyler Morton should go out on loan next season. He needs to play under 23s football. He needs to not play under 23 football, Morton. You're never going to know a player from playing under 23s football. It's like Harvey Elliott. He went on loan to Blackburn Rovers in the Championship, played men's football, and that made him a better player. And I think that's what Tyler Morton needs to do. He also needs to hit the gym a little bit. He's very slight. Needs to, just beef up a little bit. Not too much, obviously. But is the player there, Tarek? There is a player there. Balagazi is the next guy to break through. Jamie, yeah, loads of talk about him. James Balagazi. Yeah, there's a lot of talk about him, Ali. There's a lot of talk about him, especially when you see him in the under 20, in the under 18s, under 23s. He's a decent player. People sleeping on Bradley's guy. Yeah, I never mentioned Conor Bradley. He's in the midfield here. They've got him in the midfield list here, but he plays more of a right back. He's been playing right back when he plays for Liverpool, and the times he has played right back for Liverpool, he looked decent. Mitchell, how you doing, mate? Do you think Carvalho will have a role in the side next year? Thanks for the live, Jamie. No worries, my man, no worries. Carvalho. I think Carvalho, obviously he's not a Liverpool player yet. He's still a Fulham player. But by all accounts, the deal's going to be done. There's no problem there. I mean, when Paul Joyce says, the deal's going to be done, you can believe what Paul Joyce says. Oh, yeah, it's going to be interesting. I think Fulham want him back on loan. I'm not sure. If Fulham want him back on loan, we're going to have to... But I'd rather keep him. He's a talent. I've seen him at Fulham already this season. The kid is special. And with the likes of Carvalho and Harvey Elliott, Curtis Jones, Fabinho, Thiago, you're starting to see something special in that midfield area. And we're rebuilding. Everyone says, the Liverpool rebuilding process will take time. Well, we're already doing it. We're already doing it. If we get Carvalho in, Harvey Elliott, Curtis Jones, they're all young. Jota's only 25. Diaz is only 25. I think Joe Gomez is still only 24. Canate is 22. Trent's only 22. Robbo's still only in his 20s. It's happening already, but under our eyes, guys, it's already happening. Ali says, yes. Daffy, where's the Man City line? I'm going to get the Man City line up after we finish this one, my man. And then, we'll show the Man City one. Go for that. QNTV in the house. How are you, my man? People smash the like button. Yes, I hope you're doing well, fella. I hope you're doing well. He can play right back and left back. Also, Jamie and has done for Northern Ireland loads. Yeah. Conor Bradley's going to be. He's a talented player. I like what I see when he plays, John. Jamie, no, he won't go back on loan. He'll give Nico. Yeah, I think the sweetener will be Nico will permanently go to Fulham. I think you're right there. Elliot, Carvalho, Kay Gordon, that's our front three when I'm an old man. I mean, that'd be a heck of a front three. Kay Gordon as well. I mean, we'll get to him in a minute. Klopp trying to change our midfield to a more technical midfielder, not a workhorse midfielder. Yeah, exactly. Leave Jude for Arsenal, please. I want to be a Xhaka replacement. Laughing emoji. Tariq. So let's get to the forward. I think they got Bobby as a full, yeah. And then obviously, I'm not again. Dixon Bonner. He's played in the cup. I don't know if he's going to make it. To be fair, as a Liverpool player, but the forwards. This is where we're definitely, for me, stronger than Man City. I mean, this forward line is ridiculous. I mean, look at this. This is absolutely ridiculous, this forward line. When you see it like this, when you see the squad like this, this is ridiculous. Now, this is where it gets mad. Bobby Firmino, apart from Lionel Messi, Bobby Firmino is the best false number 9. Messi made the false 9 position his own with Pep at Barcelona. We all know Pep invented the false 9 position. We all know that Pep invented the false 9 position. Well, I don't know if he invented it. I mean, people probably have been playing that years and years and generations ago, but Messi made it very popular. They made that false 9 position very popular. For me, the only one who's done it as well as Messi in Europe is Bobby Firmino / Thomas Müller. Because Thomas Müller at Bayern Munich plays that false number 9 role at times really well as well. But Bobby Firmino, in his pomp, Bobby Firmino was at his best when we had the original Spice up front, the original flavour. You know, Mane, Salah, and Bobby. Bobby was the best false number 9 around for me. He did that job tremendously. He still does good now. I think, Tariq, as we saw against the Arsenal, with his cheeky little goal and the way he came onto that team against Arsenal and changed the game for us. He's still a fabulous player. No, we haven't got many players like Bobby Firmino in this squad. Tremendous player. Sadio Mane. In his time at Liverpool, Sadio Mane was one of the best left wing forwards, left inside forward, whatever you want to call him, in Europe. You know, there weren't many better left side strikers in Europe than Sadio Mane. That now he might not be the player he once was because he's just getting a bit older now. But man, as you see there, 26 appearances and 12 goals and 1 assist. The man's still banging goals. You know, so all the stuff Mane gets against him, still banging goals. Then we've got the king, arguably the best player in world football. 27 appearances, 20 goals, 10 assists, Mo Salah. Obviously, the last few weeks, Mo ain't been at his best. I think he's a bit tired still, being from AFCON, you know, being at AFCON, playing a lot of football at AFCON. Remember, Egypt play extra time in every single knockout game they played. So, yeah, I think his legs might be a bit tired, but you can't underestimate this fella. The best player in the world, best attacker in the world, Mohamed Salah. Then you've got Diogo Jota. Look at his numbers as well. We've got Diogo Jota from Wolverhampton Wanderers. For what was it, 40 million? And everyone was going, I remember Wolves fans saying, thank you for taking them off us and all this stuff. Look at this player. The best Portuguese player in the Premier League. He's the best Portuguese attacker in the Premier League. 26 appearances, 13 goals, 1 assist. Tremendous footballer. Absolutely tremendous. And then we've got Divock Origi. Big Div. The legend. That is Divock Origi, guys. Oh, man. I absolutely lived Divock Origi. Club idol. It always will be and forever. He's going to be like a legend for Liverpool, Divock Origi. And what can you say about Big Div? Obviously, he's probably going to leave. He's probably going to leave this season and go off. But for a fringe striker, not many people have in their squad a striker like Origi. You know, you look through squads in the league, and Origi might not be, you know, a named player, a people might fancy and all that. But look at the moments Divock Origi. Divock Origi has had bigger moments in his career than Harry Kane. Put it like that. Divock Origi has had bigger and better moments in his playing career than Harry Kane. But Harry Kane is obviously a better footballer than Divock Origi. But no, he hasn't had the moments Origi has had. Origi won the Champions League for Liverpool. Origi was part of the reason we've got through Barcelona in the second leg 4-0. 2 goals. 2 goals against Barcelona. Basically helped us win that game 4-0. Then the final, he gets the winning goal against Spurs in the final. The games against Everton and Newcastle when we're going for the title, and he gets the last minute winners. He's had more magical moments in his playing career than Harry Kane, but Harry Kane's obviously a better footballer. But what a player Divock Origi is. Absolute superb footballer. You know, Liverpool idol, legend forever. Always will be. The legend that is Divock Origi. And then we've got Minamino. Scout Samurai. What do we say about Minamino, guys? I love Minamino. Minamino got us to the League Cup final. Minamino's goals this season has got us to the FA Cup semi-final. You need fringe players like that in your squad that are going to chip in with goals. I think Roy Keane said it best in the League Cup, in one of the League Cup, was it the League Cup final or League Cup semi-final against Arsenal? He said it best about Minamino and Origi. You need these fringe players to come into games and get the odd goal in here and there, because that's what helps you win cups. You know, that's what helps you. If your other players ain't doing it that day, you've got the likes of Minamino and Origi that will come on and get the odd goal here and there that will help you win cups. And Minamino's got 9 goals this season. Yes, they're all in the cups, yeah. And he's got 2 in the league as well. 2 goals in the league in 10 appearances. And I think he's got 9 or 8 goals in cups this season. He's got like 9 or 10 goals this season. He's contributed. And then we've got young Kay Gordon, who's going to be a superstar in the future. Very young man at the moment. Don't want to put too much pressure on, but he's going to be a superstar. So before we get to the Man City team, let me just get to some of your comments, guys. I don't want to miss you out. Mitchell says he is Henderson's replacement, Tariq. Oh, is that Jude? Our forward line is the best in world football. Yeah, I agree, John. Our forward line is something special. I will keep Mane, Salah, Bobby, Jota, Diaz, Taki, sell Regi, promote Cade, Gordon, buy Kanuku. Yeah, that's a good option. Tariq says Bobby Firmino is so important. Salah, Mane, Jota all play better with him in the team. Yeah, exactly. He's a tremendous footballer. Imagine being a graduate defender getting called up to play against these hands. Oh, I know. Can you imagine? Right, we need some centre backs from the under 23s to come in and training to, face Salah. Oh, I'll tell you, I forgot. I've forgotten the man, haven't I? I've forgotten this man. There he is on his own. I'm going to put him on his own. There you go. I just forgot about Luis Diaz, the January signing. The best import out of Colombia since a magical white powder. Luis Diaz is Luis Diaz is different gravy, guys. Luis Diaz is quality. And he's only had 6 appearances and he's got 2 goals already. He's fitted into this Liverpool team and this Liverpool system like that. So easy. What a player Luis Diaz is. What a player. He could be the difference of us not winning the league to winning the league this season, guys. Luis Diaz could be the secret recipe, the secret ingredient in our recipe that's going to win the Premier League title for us is Luis Diaz. It's just that something special that, we got now that can come off the bench or can start a game. And then this is what I love about our front three. This is what I love about our forward line. We could start Diaz on the left, Salah on the right, Bobby through the middle, and then Mane and Jota on the bench. Man City ain't got that. And we're going to get to that in a minute. Diaz is special talent. John, I really like Dixon Bonner. I just don't know if he'll make it at Liverpool. No, I don't think he will, man. Minamino, not too bad. Not a lazy player. Bright future of Liverpool or any other club in Europe. Yeah, I like him. I think he might. If he does leave, I can see him going to Leeds. No wonder Billy was having Origi, Klopp, golden boy player. Yeah, he is Klopp's golden boy player. Origi to score the goal to win us the league this season. Picture it. Can you imagine? Never moans. Same with Taki. Both of them deserve credit for sitting on the bench for this great club. Origi eats all Ollie. But Belgium Ollie. Yeah, he is a bit like that. I totally agree. Harry Kane playing with Spurs, not winning a trophy for 14 years. I know. How many players on earth can say they scored in the Champions League final less than 200? He has had a better moment than most players. That is true. Is that real? 200. Takiano Origi, you really need players like that. Ooh, I ain't heard that before. Taki the new Origi. John, you might be onto saying that. You do need players like that. Minamino would get into most Premier League sides. Yeah, Minamino is a quality player. Yeah, Miss Diaz. I got him eventually, Ali. I got him eventually. Jamie Miss Diaz is the problem. Everyone's letting me know. Look, everyone's letting me know. Well, I completely forgot about Diaz. That's how good our team is. Yeah, exactly. I forgot about him when I was doing it, Mitchell. I totally forgot about him as well. Oh, it's crazy. That's how good our front line is. Diaz is the future for Liverpool long-term sign. I mean, Diaz is different, guys. He's going to be amazing for Liverpool Football Club. Tariq, the only game's been quiet was against Arsenal. Shush, Tariq, shush. Guys, if you don't know, Tariq Talks, go and subscribe to his channel. He's an Arsenal fan, but he's a great guy, an absolute great guy. I've been on his channel. He does. He's on Eagle Eye Football quite a bit with Rich. He does a load of stuff. Does watch-alongs. big Arsenal fan, but a great guy, guys. Go and give him a sub because you might see me on his channel a few times. You might actually see him come over here as well a few times. So, yeah, go and give him a sub, guys. He's a great fella, Tariq. Remember when Klopp said we will be excited with this player called Origi? Which Funes Pricky Mori didn't injure. Yeah. Funes Mori, obviously, really badly injured Origi. Right when Origi was in, he's in a great bit of form playing for Liverpool regularly, weren't he? He was Klopp was using him as his number 9, as his striker. And he was bagging goals, playing well. And then, Funes Mori completely destroyed him. I'll drop a sub. It's a shame Arsenal play well now, so there's no Arsenal TV and chill when they lose. No, but drop him a sub. I convert. Tariq's a great guy, guys. Thank you, Jamie. You're a legend. No worries, Tariq. You're great. And say you'll see me and Tariq sometimes together on different channels, same channel. Yeah, go and give him a follow, guys. Great guy. So, guys, what I'm going to get to now, I am going to try and get the I'm going to get the Man City team up, guys. So let me go all the way back. Let's get the Man City team up. Excuse the me googling it while you're watching. But let's get Man City's team up. My internet ever sodding works. Right, here we go, guys. Let's get Man City's team up. Let's do the comparison now. Let's do the comparison because Man City's squad is not as huge as people think it is, and I think, guys, you might be shocked. I don't know. Jamie, your favourite player of our great club? It is difficult. My favourite, the player that made me support Liverpool in the 80s was John Barnes. Obviously, my dad's a big Liverpool fan. That's why I support the club. But when he sat me there watching Liverpool in the 80s, watching John Barnes play football was mesmerising. Absolutely mesmerising. And that's why I always go back to the Liverpool team of 1988. For me, apart from the squad we have now, that 88 squad was the best squad Liverpool have ever had. This squad and the 88 squad, amazing. But John Barnes. Welcome to Pet's Master Plan team. Now, my best player now. I love Fabinho. I absolutely love Fabinho. Yeah, Fabinho, Ali, Fabinho. Cheers, mate. Hopefully, we'll be watching United's failure instead. That's what all our Arsenal and Liverpool fans share. Hate United. Yeah, we all hate United. No doubt about it, man. No doubt about it. Right, let's go through the City team. So Ederson's obviously their number 1 goalkeeper. As you can say, he's had 28 appearances, 16 clean sheets, same as Alisson. But with the differences for me between Ederson and Alisson, Ederson is far better with his feet. We know this. He could come out with the ball. He can hit passes left, right, and centre. Extremely good. Probably the best goalkeeper in the world with his feet. No doubt about it. But as the package of a goalkeeper, Ederson's positioning in goal is sometimes a bit suspect. Sometimes. And Ederson's one-on-ones are terrible. He's not very good at coming out on one-on-ones. He gets beaten quite a lot on one-to-ones, when strikers are one-on-one with him. And that's where I think Alisson has the advantage over him. I think he's better on that. He makes himself bigger. His positioning in goal is far better. For me, he's a better goalkeeper than Ederson. But I don't get upset if people pick Ederson because he's tremendous with his feet. And that's what a lot of people look at now. Zach Steffen, the American, obviously, he's their number 2. Do I think Zach Steffen is better than Queven Kelleher? Not at all. Queven Kelleher is a better goalkeeper than Zach Steffen, and you've seen it in the League Cup this season, and you saw it in the League Cup final. Tremendous against Chelsea in the League Cup final. For me, he's a better goalkeeper. So for the 2 goalkeepers, I think Liverpool have the better 2 goalkeepers. And then they have, obviously, Scott Carson, who's about 97 years old, and Kian Sickler, who I don't know much about, a young Scottish kid. So, goalkeeper depth, it's all about the same, ain't it? There's not much. There's not a lot in it depth-wise, but quality-wise, I think Liverpool have the better quality. I don't know what you guys think with that. I think we have the better quality. Only City players to win the Champions League. Scott Carson, yeah, that's true. But Beardsley, Barnes, and Aldridge, yeah, Aldridge, what a player, and Beardsley. But Ali is good with his feet as well. Why does Brazil pick Ali over Edison? I think the reason Ali's number one goalkeeper for Brazil is because he is the better goalkeeper. And I'm not saying Ali is good with his feet. Ali, as you say, Alisson is good with his feet. I just think Edison is just a little bit better. He's a little bit. I've got to be fair on this. But at the end of the day, these squad things, guys, it's all about opinions. Your guys' opinions is probably going to be far different to my opinion, and that is cool. I'm not here to argue with anyone. This is just a nice debate, a bit of friendly banter. Let's have a laugh at it. Who is better, Adrian or Carson? What are we on about right now? Right now, I don't know if you can split them. Don't know if you can really split them, to be honest. City have Benzema from Ireland, like we have Kelleher. Is he a goal kick? Because he ain't on this list, so I'm not sure. Yeah, I mean, Edison can play in any position. Yeah, Edison is probably better with his feet, but yeah, I'd put Adrian above that Stefan, to be honest. Yeah, he weren't great, was he, when he played the other day, Zach Stefan? I've got to say he wasn't that great, was he? Fuck it, I'd put Dudek from the charity game above Stefan. Jersey Dudek, legend. When Liverpool bought Jersey Dudek, he was ranked as the number one goalkeeper in the world. Carson still. Right, let's get to City's defence. Because this might be, for some people, this might be quite equal. So let's have a look. Kyle Walker, very good defender. I'm not going to look. Is he a very good defender, actually? I don't think he is. I think what Kyle Walker is an athlete. Kyle Walker could have been a 100-metre sprinter if he wanted to be. If Kyle Walker wanted to do athletics and be a 100-metre sprinter, I reckon he'd be quite successful. He's extremely quick. He's very athletic. He's very strong. But defensively, I don't think he's as that great. Is he better going forward than Trent Alexander-Arnold? For me, no. Is he a better defender than Trent? Maybe. But, you know, Ruben Diaz, obviously last season, Ruben Diaz, you know, got player of the year last season, I believe. He's better than Van Dijk nonsense, because Van Dijk weren't playing last season because he was injured all year. So all Diaz is better. I don't hear none of that this year. Since Van Dijk came back, I've heard none of this Diaz is better than Van Dijk nonsense. Diaz is a good defender. He throws himself about on the floor quite a lot. And when you have to throw yourself about on the floor quite a lot, that means you're out of position. Paolo Maldini, and I love Maldini, is my favourite ever defender. And when Maldini, what I remember Maldini saying before, if he's had to make a tackle or throw himself to the ground or throw himself to block anything and stuff like that, he always said that's because he weren't in a good position. And if he was in the correct position, he wouldn't have to do all that. And I think Ruben Diaz throws himself around everywhere quite a lot. And that's because he's positionally maybe not that great. You can argue Ruben Diaz and Joel Matip, but, you know, I look at John Stones, decent defender, good with the ball, has a lot of mistakes in him. You know, John Stones does have mistakes in him. I look at Ruben Diaz and John Stones. Are they any better than Konate and Gomez? That's the thing. Are they any better than Konate and Gomez? Nathan Ake, don't get me started. Zinchenko, he's not even a left back. He's a midfielder. You know, he's not a left back at all. He's a midfielder. And if you see the two left backs that they did have, you know, Zinchenko and Prison FC, you know, they're not even better than Robbo and Tsimikas. These two are not better than Robbo and Tsimikas. Nowhere near. Nowhere near. Aymeric Laporte, now play. Look, good defender, really good defender, good squad player. I know a lot of people used to compare him, say he was as good as anyone in the league and stuff like that. I don't know. I think this season he's looked a bit iffy at times. And João Cancelo, look, he's been playing left. Has he been playing left back this season? He can play right back or left back. Absolutely tremendous player, João Cancelo. But I don't know if people know this. João Cancelo has been dribbled past more than Trent Alexander-Arnold this season. More players have dribbled past João Cancelo than have dribbled past Trent. And everyone goes on about, Trent Cancelo is amazing. What a great fullback he is. He's the best fullback in the league. Because what he does going forward, yeah? Robbo does as much as going forward as Cancelo does. He's got more assists than Cancelo this season. Easily. But we all talk about Cancelo because he's Portuguese. British players don't get the same recognition as foreign players in this country for some reason. And we're British. And we don't big British players up. We always put them to the side and go, these foreign players are so much better. But are they really? Cancelo's been fantastic. Don't get me wrong. Tremendous player. City's best defender this season for me. But I think Liverpool's depth in their defence is better than Man City's, especially when they haven't got Prison FC now in their team. And then they've got a lot of youngsters here as well. A lot of youngsters that are probably never going to make it. Right, before we get to City's midfield, let's just get to some of your comments. I don't want to miss you guys out. Where did we stop? Ali's hit. He's on loan. He's a great item pick here. Even nets over Keller because Keller doesn't play that much. Oh, okay. Sounds like on loan. Bazuna City goalkeeper, but he's on loan to Portsmouth. Oh, okay. The guy in prison is on the Premier League website. Yeah, I know. He shouldn't be there, should he? He should not be there. Daffy Walker, the sprinter, but still better than Maguire. Well, that ain't. That's not difficult, is it? Mendy's on that list. That's a violation. I know. I don't know why the Premier League have not taken him off yet. Kyle Walker is not a better defender than Trent. His athleticism gets him out of a lot of trouble. Exactly, Tariq. Thank you very much, Tariq. And Tariq, that's why you're always welcome on my channel. It's true. Kyle Walker's pace gets him out of a lot of trouble. Only thing Walker has is he's fast. Ali says Laporte is better than Diaz. Big call. You might not be wrong there. Might not be wrong. Walker is actually a decent footballer, to be fair. Yeah, he's a decent footballer. Far strong, good in the air for a fullback. Yeah, he's good in the air. Kyle Walker, but I think he's a tall lad. He must be 6 foot. I think he's a tall lad. Diaz playing centre back with Stones will be great. Yeah, if Diaz is going to play centre back with anyone, it has to be John Stones. They complement each other really well. You can't play him and Laporte together. You have to play him and John. So I agree with you there. You don't play that many games for Pepe if you can't play. Yeah, exactly. I would only take Diaz and Cancelo from that list. Yeah, same. Not one of them defenders that have taken over Company yet, and he's been retired for 3 more years. That is very true. Company was different class. A Company who's one of them generational defenders, a bit like Van Dijk is for Liverpool. Very, very hard to replace generational defenders like that. Cancelo is the only player I would take from City's defence. Yeah, I do like Cancelo. Tariq talks, he's okay. He's not on Trent's level for me. Cancelo doesn't start for Liverpool though. Ooh, Tariq says he doesn't start for Liverpool. That is a big call. Big call, Tariq. Does he though? Would he get ahead of Robbo and Trent? See, that's what I'm talking about, squads, guys, when you got to think of it like that. Let's take our bias away from it a minute. Tariq's an Arsenal fan, so he's got no bias here, but let's take our bias away from it a minute as Liverpool fans. Cancelo's a fantastic footballer for Man City. Sort of similar sort of system in the way their fullbacks play to our fullbacks. So we can compare it. Will Cancelo get ahead of Robbo and Tsimikas, to be fair? Tsimikas has played well on that left-hand side. And would he get ahead of Trent at the right-hand side? I don't think so. So, yeah. Robbo's Scottish. Cancelo's crossing and score ability is great. Did I say Robbo was English? I apologise. I meant to say British. John, I agree. Trent is the best right back in the world. He certainly is. As a comparison, a competition for Trent. Respect, Trent talks. Hope you're well. Yeah, all respect, Trent. No offence, but Trent, when he's losing the ball, can't keep the opposition. Yeah, Trent's not as quick as everyone thinks he is. I will agree. Trent's not that quick. You know, Walker gets out of a lot of trouble because of his pace. I will agree with you there. If we sign Cancelo, not going to lie, Trent can take Hendo's spot. I mean, that would be something. You know, Trent would go into midfield. I mean, that is, yeah, I mean, I like this, guys. I like this talk we're having here, guys. It's debate. It's what it's all about, good debate. Now, this is where I think City are better than Liverpool squad-wise. So, midfield, they've got Gundogan. Last season, Gundogan or Gundogan or whatever you want to call him. And so many pronunciations. Commentators call him different things all the time. I say Gundogan because that's the way it's spelt. He was tremendous last season. What did he get? Like 14 goals, 12 goals, something like that. Very good midfielder. Extremely good midfielder. And then you got Rodri. Brilliant defensive midfielder. As I say, I really rate Rodri. I think he's done wonders since he's come to Man City. He's going to take the Fernandinho role eventually when Fernandinho probably goes this season. I just think Fabinho is just a little bit better than Rodri in that position, in that defensive midfield position. I just think Fabinho is better on the ball, got a better pass, and he's just, I think he reads the game a little bit quicker than what Rodri does. Kevin De Bruyne, we don't need to speak too much about Kevin De Bruyne. Probably the best midfielder in the Premier League. Probably he is the best midfielder in the Premier League, Kevin De Bruyne. Such an exceptional talent. He reminds me of Steven Gerrard quite a lot, Kevin De Bruyne. They're very similar, Kevin De Bruyne and Steven Gerrard. The way they pass, the way they shoot, same sort of technique. Very similar players. Best midfielder in the Premier League. Bernardo Silva. Look, I don't like Bernardo Silva. He's a bit of a rat. Don't like the bloke personally. But as a footballer, tremendous. Been absolutely fantastic this season. You know, probably pushing Salah for Player of the Year. Fantastic player this season. Fernandinho, I mean, legend. What else can we say? And I'm a Liverpool fan. I'm going to say it. He's a legendary midfielder for Man City and in that defensive area. Fantastic player. And then Phil Foden. I mean, what can we say about Phil Foden? He's probably the best youngster in the country, ain't he? A tremendous player. Although he does look a bit different when he plays for England than he does with Man City. But that's going to happen because, you know, you're playing under an exceptional manager in Pep Guardiola and then Gareth Southgate. So, tremendous player, Phil Foden. Absolutely tremendous. Best young player in the country. 7 goals this season out of 21 appearances and 3 assists. Complements that style that Pep wants to play, that system Pep wants to play. But much as he's a Man City player and we don't like it, we have to rate him when we see him. Great player, Phil Foden. Great player. And Jack Grealish, a player I personally don't think Man City needed a buyer. I don't think Man City needed Jack Grealish in their team. I personally think they've wasted 100 million. Will it be better for them next season? I'm not sure. It depends who leaves and if he improves next season. I don't know if he improves this Man City team. That's the thing. But they got Jack Grealish here as a midfielder. He is a midfielder for me. But Man City play him in the front three at times. So this is where it gets tricky when we're doing comparisons like this. Let's get to your comments. Tariq says, Cancelo's a higher technical level than Robbo, but Robbo has more balance as he is much better one-on-one defending. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Cancelo's you know, Cancelo's technique level, yeah, it's out the roof. It is extreme. But Robbo's defending is far better than Cancelo's defending, and Robbo's energy is second to none. I mean, he could run for 120 minutes, you know, no problem, up and down that pitch, still putting in good balls in the final third. So, yeah, I got Robbo's all-round game, I think, is better. Gundogan would be so good in our three. Imagine him and Thiago. Yeah, he's just one that I think Klopp was looking at him for a while, but, you know, I think City came in, you know, and when City come in, they're going to beat you out of the park wage-wise, ain't they? Cancelo can't take Trent or Robbo's places. No way he has as many assists as Hendo's this season. Yeah, that is true. That is true. City midfield is all about pace and possession. That is Daffy. That is what City's midfield is built on. And that's why, for me, is the best midfield in the country. You know, Man City's midfield is the best midfield in the country. But I don't think Liverpool's is far off when we look at the squads, guys. We look at both squads. Liverpool's midfield is not far off. You know, we've got technical players, workhorse players, you know, creative players in our midfield. Man City's midfield is all about creativity, pace, and possession. It's basically what their midfield is. Silva's a prick. No, Trent is the best youngster if you count him as young. What is he, 22? I suppose you can, actually. I suppose you can. Gundogan, Rodri, Bernardo, De Bruyne, Foden all can score from any position. The strength of the City team. Yeah, I agree. This is what I'm trying to say. City's midfield. Look, we're getting only to the strikers now. This is what I'm saying. City's squad isn't as big as everyone thinks it is, but because Grealish, Foden, they can play in midfield or in front three or as a false nine. You know, they can swap about all over the place. And I think that's why everyone thinks City have got this massive squad, but it's not as big as everyone thinks it is. John Moore, I'm good, thanks. Thank you. I hope you're having a good weekend. Jamie, if Elliot had the games he had, I think Elliot would have scored more goals and got more assists than Foden. It's a big shout, John. It's a big shout. You might not be wrong. But yeah, that injury really messed him up. Jason McKenna in the house. All right, big man. I hope you and your family are doing well in Liverpool Cologne. Yeah, we're good, Jason. How are you, my man? I hope you're doing good. Yes, Jamie, De Bruyne is the closest I've seen to Gerrard. Still ain't got the clutch thing Gerrard had, though. Nah, Gerrard was super clutch, wasn't he? Super clutch. All good, Trek. Talks, thanks. Number 23. Trent is, he's 23. So, yeah, you probably still, I think 24 and under is a youngster in the Premier League, ain't it? Yeah, so Foden is the second after Trent. Right, guys, let's get to the attacking lineup now. See, look at the youngsters: Cole Palmer, Laver, McAtee, and Oscar Bob. What a name! And then the forward areas. There's not a lot here, guys. This is what I'm trying to say, guys. This is their forward areas. This is City's forward line, guys. There's not much here. Raheem Sterling, Gabriel Jesus, Riyad Mahrez. That's it. Liam Delap. I think he's played a game. That's their forward line. This is what I'm trying to say to you guys. City's squad is not that big. It's just that their squad is all versatile. Everyone in their squad is versatile and can play multiple positions. And they barely get any injuries. You know, they might get one or two injured, and that's it. No one else ever gets injured. So they play all the time, and they can swap in and out. But this is their attacking lineup. So their attackers on paper are Raheem Sterling, Gabriel Jesus, and Mahrez. But obviously, that is why they use Jack Grealish and Foden in forward areas, because they haven't got the forward line. They haven't got the depth in the forward areas. And I was shocked when I saw this, guys. As I said, I heard Man City fan Daps on his YouTube channel talking about Man City squad is much smaller than people think. I Googled it and saw for myself. They don't have the biggest squad. And that is why, but they're all versatile. They can play multiple positions, as I say. They got 3 forwards there on paper, Mahrez, Sterling and Jesus. But they really got 5 because Foden and Grealish playing in forward areas as well. So, but they can also play in midfield because they are midfielders. And I think Gary Neville said it best. The difference between Man City and Liverpool this season is Liverpool have more firepower up front. And we've just gone through the Liverpool squad in their forward areas. Diaz, Salah, Mane, Jota, Bobby, Minamino, and Origi. 7. And that's proper forwards, not midfielders that can play up front. That is proper forwards. Where Man City's proper forwards are only 3. Mahrez, Sterling and Jesus. You know, but they have a lot of match winners, Man City. They have a lot of individual match winners, like your De Bruyne's, like your Sterling's, like your Mahrez's. Individual match winners that can just win a game like that or take a game away from you. And they're very versatile. So that's the squad difference, guys. That's what I'm trying to get at. Let's, Man City squad and Liverpool squad, I think, are very, very comparable. Now, in the chat, guys, you let me know who on paper. I mean, take bias out of it because we're going to say Liverpool because we're Liverpool fans, some of us here. Try and take bias out of it a bit. And who really does have the best squad on paper? Let me know in the chat, guys. But Foden, well, they're not. I mean, Foden's a midfielder, Ali, and Grealish is a midfielder. They just play up front because they've got no depth. If Man City had Liverpool's forward line, Foden and Grealish would be playing in midfield. Yeah, Mahrez is the most dangerous player. I like Mahrez. Great footballer. City have a lot of match winners, but not any deadly players. Yeah, I agree, Joe. Pep using the Barcelona system in his City team. Yeah, I mean, you go back to them Barcelona squads that Pep had at Barcelona. He didn't have a massive squad at Barcelona. He had like 16 players like this Man City team. You know, you go back and look at some of them amazing teams that Pep Guardiola had at Barcelona and go and look at their bench in some of them games. The bench weren't absolutely stacked. Seen the other day, Sterling was saying he would love to return to Liverpool. Would he? That's never going to happen, is it? I mean, Sterling's a great. I like Raheem Sterling. Don't get me wrong. What he did, the way he wanted to leave and all that, will never taste good. But he's a good footballer. I'm not going to take that away from him. He's a very good footballer. City missed Kane last time, 150 minutes. That's Pep's most frustrated him. Yeah, you can tell Pep. Look, when Pep Guardiola talks in his interviews, you can tell he wants an attacker and he needs an attacker because they're missing something up front. To do what they're doing this season, to be top of the league by a point and in the quarterfinals of Champions League and semi-final of the FA Cup, that just shows you how world-class a manager Pep Guardiola is. Because we looked at the squad. Grealish and Foden are midfielders. You know, Grealish is a wide midfielder. You could play Grealish in a midfield 3 easy and play him on the left-hand side of a midfield 3. And you could play Foden in the middle or on the right-hand side of a midfield 3 inside quite easily. They're not forwards. They're midfielders. But because they've not got the squad depth up front, he has to play them up front. And that's how versatile Man City team is. I mean, Cancelo is actually a midfielder. You know, I think Cancelo played forward in his younger years. He's not actually a defender, but he's more of a wing back or a left-sided midfielder or a right-sided midfielder, but he can play fullback. Zinchenko is not a fullback. He's a midfielder, plays fullback for Man City because they're very versatile. And that's the squad Pep likes to have. He likes to have 16 players in his squad, all of high quality and can play multiple positions. John Moy's daughter is a Liverpool fan. Whose daughter is a Liverpool fan? Where am I getting that here? Oh, Sterling. Yeah. Sorry about that. Liverpool, and that's not because I'm a Liverpool fan. Fair enough. Ali, she's always said that she runs about her singing Liverpool songs. Oh, my word. Pep using Messi and Eto'o as false nines, winning 2 Champions Leagues against United in the final. That's correct. Trying not to be biased, but I can only say Liverpool. Yeah, look. I think it's extremely equal, guys. It is extremely equal. I think we have the better defensive. I think we got the better squad depth in defence. I think we have the better goalkeepers in 1 and 2. I think Man City have the better midfield. Man City definitely have the better midfield. I mean, Grealish, Foden, Fernandinho, Rodri, De Bruyne, Bernardo, Silva. They are midfielders. They're not like number 8s or number 6s. Don't like 2 of them are. They're like number 10s, but they are midfielders. We won't class them as forwards. But then we have the better forward line. By a mile, we got 7 forwards. Origi, Minamino, Salah, Jota, Mane, Diaz, Bobby. That's 7 forwards. If Man City had them forwards in their team, you'd see Foden and Grealish playing in midfield all the time. They wouldn't be anywhere near the front 3 in the way they play. Nowhere near it. So you can break it down like that. It's very, very even. It's a lot more, I don't know about you guys, but it's a lot more even than I thought. I've always thought Man City had this amazing squad that is just head and shoulders above everyone else in the country. And when you actually break it down like we have today and look at it side by side, going through the players individually and the squad depth in each position, the defensive position, the goalkeeper, the midfield and the forward line, there ain't a lot in it, guys. There's not a lot in it. Joe says definitely should have spent 100 million on forward instead of Grealish. Yeah, the Grealish transfer was a weird one. I mean, the Grealish transfer would have been all right if they then went and bought a Harry Kane. And then you got then you can use Grealish in midfield. You bolster up that midfield up area again, make it a bit more attacking. You got Harry Kane up front. But to just buy Grealish and not a striker, would Man City be any different if Grealish weren't in the team right now? And this is what I'm saying about Man City's midfield. Like, De Bruyne is Man City's best player. I think we can mostly agree on that. Kevin De Bruyne is Man City's best player. When he was out, I think it was last season, or last season or the season before? He was basically out the whole season, and they didn't miss him because of the quality of their midfield. The quality of their midfield is something else. And, that's what sets them apart from everybody else. A lot of their goals come from midfield players, and, I think that's what sets them apart a little bit. John, the Mo Salah song she sings mostly. Yeah. Imagine singing a song about a player that plays in a similar position to you, but ain't you. 50-50 game on hand, probably luck will decide the season. Yeah, agree, Daffy, agree. John Wallace, how are you, John Wallace? Tiki Taka Pep style is dead now. Full on heavy metal Klopp style wins all the time, Jamie, don't you think? I think only Pep can play the way he does. I don't think any other manager could do what Pep does in that style. And I also don't think any manager could do what Klopp does in his style. That's why they're the 2 best. They're the 2 most elite football managers in the world by quite some way. No one can do what Klopp does. Klopp is special like that, and I don't think anyone can do what Pep does because he's special like that. So I think does that make sense, guys? Ali, yeah, God, I love it. Kevin De Bruyne, massive for City team, huge. Last season's injuries skewed a lot of people's opinions on the squad. Exactly, Joe. Agreed, Jamie. Yeah, it's just they're 2 special coaches, ain't they? They're the 2 best in the world in their particular skill set. It's like players like you can get like we've seen the squads today. Cancelo and Walker, Robbo and Trent. They're both fullbacks. All 4 of them are fullbacks, but their skill sets are totally different. But they're all still quality fullbacks. It's like Pep and Klopp. Pep and Klopp are both elite, world-class coaches and managers, the best 2 in the world, but they're completely different at what they do. And you can't replicate them. You can't get a manager that replicates Klopp. You can't. no one can replicate what Klopp does as a manager, and no one will be able to do that with Pep Guardiola either. It's impossible. You can't do it. They're the two best. You know, I know Arteta is trying, but he's not Pep Guardiola. And obviously, the man they got at Man United, who apparently taught Tuchel and Klopp everything he knows, you know, is nowhere near them either. So, and you got Tuchel. Tuchel is like Diet Coke Klopp, ain't he? You know, Klopp is original Coca-Cola. You know, the full fat, full fizz, in your face Coca-Cola, and then Thomas Tuchel is Diet Coke. You know, no sugar, no saz, no spice, no, you know, that's Tuchel. That's Klopp and Pep are in a world of their own. They're in a world of their own, Klopp and Pep. Ten Hag can do, Pep and Nagelsmann can do. I don't know, mate. I don't know. I don't know if Nagelsmann can. He's not done that. I don't think Nagelsmann has done that great with Bayern Munich this year. Bayern Munich are always going to win the German Bundesliga with the players they got, you know, but they haven't got the league. Usually by now, but Bayern Munich have got the league wrapped up. I don't know. And Ten Hag, I'll have to wait and see about Ten Hag. I'm not sure. He does well with Ajax, don't get me wrong, but when you're a manager of Ajax, you've got a lot of time to do what you want at Ajax. You've got a lot of time to bleed the players in, who you want in that team, bleed youngsters in. You have the time in Ajax because you're in the Dutch league. You know, you're not going to get that at Man United. Maybe they're the diet versions. They're the diet versions of Klopp and Pep. So basically, Pep is a Messi and Klopp is a Ronaldo. But yeah, basically, you can't replicate them. Yeah, exactly, Ali. Exactly. Yes, that's my opinion anyway. Other people might have a different opinion. Ireland on City's top target next season. Well, they need someone, my man, Daffy. They need someone. They definitely need a forward. They can't. If they don't get a forward next season, then they're not going to compete with Liverpool next season for me. Not at all. I mean, Salah's, what we're hearing now, Mo Salah's going to sign his new contract in the summer. That, by the sounds of it, looks like that's definitely going to happen now. And then you got to keep Mane and Bobby, and then you got Jota and Diaz. Diaz in a full season next year. If Man City don't buy a forward next summer, they do not live with Liverpool next season. Not at all. Jamie, you're forgetting Ollie. Oh, the great Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, guys. The great Ollie on. Oh, man. How can I forget Ollie? Yeah, no one can replicate how crap Ollie is. Tuchel Diet Coke. Oh, my God. You like that analogy, Daffy? You like that analogy? Klopp rates Nagelsmann high. Yeah, he does. He does. I think he might see a lot of himself in Nagelsmann because young German, the way he started with Hoffenheim, then went to Leipzig. You know, I think Klopp sees a lot of himself in that. How he started at Mainz and then Dortmund. Maybe he sees a lot of himself in him. Tuchel's the C-Tech Klopp. Yeah, Tuchel's nowhere near Klopp at all. If Salah doesn't sign, I can see us going big for Haaland. Don't know, my man. Don't know. Personally, I think Salah will stay. I think that deal's almost. I think it's a lot closer than people think. A lot closer than people think. All right, let me just share this with you as well. I found this, guys. This is also an interesting look at the squads as well. Let me share this with you guys. This is a head-to-head comparison. I'll make it a bit bigger for you guys. Right. So this is a head-to-head. Bloody adverts are in the way, but this is a head-to-head comparison this season on the 1S1 index. You know, it's all equal 77-77. Yeah, Liverpool, Man City. Who's the better team? Strengths and weaknesses. Yeah. So you go for player comparisons as well. You go for goals, assists, and all that sort of stuff. All that nonsense. All that good stuff. Goal analysis. Where's the stuff I wanted to show you? See it somewhere. Market value. Most people opinions is that Liverpool are better. Might be a lot of Liverpool voters here. Who is a better team, Man City versus Liverpool? So, is Man City better than Liverpool Football Club? Currently, Liverpool have the better 1 versus 1 performance index with 77. Man City has 65 goals and Liverpool have a total goals of 75. Our opinion is that currently Liverpool would win this match.
Be careful because they'll take it off because of the advert.
No, it's all right.
They will.
No. Manchester City versus Liverpool, who has the better defence at this moment in time? Liverpool has the better defence, although the entire team they have a total of 1,360 interceptions and 99 blocks. In Liverpool, the 2 top defensive players are Virgil and Joel Matip. In Man City, the top 2 defenders are Rodri and Joe Cancelo. So that is not even. So what they're saying here is. What they're basically saying here is Liverpool's best defenders are actual defenders in Virgil van Dijk and Matip. Man City's best defenders are actually a midfielder and a fullback. So, yeah, that's something to look at. This is what I'm saying. Based on this state, we believe that Liverpool has currently the best defence. Midfield. Evaluating the strengths of the teams in midfield is not easy. At 1 versus 1, we look at the value called pass progression value, PPV. We measure the ability of players to play the pass into dangerous zones and to create chances. Man City has a PPV value of 0.38 and Liverpool has a value of 0.32. So not a lot in it. Within the team, Man City, Joe Cancelo has a total value of 0.93 and in the team of Liverpool, the best player is Trent Alexander-Arnold. So, again, Man City probably, what that basically means, Man City have the better, they have a lot of number 10s in their midfield. So they're a bit more creative than Liverpool are in their midfield, which what we basically all agreed on. And then forward areas, to analyse the best strikers of a team, you look at the amount of goals, shots on goal, an interesting metric called expected goal value, XG, measures the possibility of chance. So Man City have scored this season so far 65 goals, 206 shots on goal. Liverpool have scored 75 and 220 shots on goal. The 2 best players of Man City are Mahrez with 10 goals and Sterling with 10 goals. Their expected goal value per 90 minutes is 8.81 and 11.34. The 2 best players of Liverpool are Mo Salah with 20 goals and Jota with 13 goals. Their expected goals per 90 minutes, wow. It's a staggering 18.97 and 14.91. Our opinion is that Liverpool FC have the better offensive players than Manchester City. And that's an independent website. So that, that goes to show, guys, like the squads are so equal, guys. They're so equal. There's not a lot in these squads, and it's the midfield area and the versatility of Man City squad versus the injury proneness of Liverpool squad, and that's where you have it up. So Man City, they don't get a lot of injuries. You don't really see massive injuries at Man City for multiple players, and they're very versatile in their squad. Now, a lot of players can play in a lot of different positions, and in Liverpool squad, not so much versatility. In the front 3 areas there is. They can play right and left, through the middle. They all swap around. But the midfield and the defence and fullback are basically the same all the time. But Liverpool have more injury-prone players, and we can have 2 to 3 to 4 players out injured at a time, where City don't usually have that. So there's not much in it. For me, Liverpool squad may be a little bit better than Man City's. I am surprised that Man City's squad is not as strong as I thought. I really am surprised. I don't know about you guys. I'm going to get to the comments now. Mitchell back in the house. You sport the missus today, Jamie? My missus has only gone on a jolly out and left me with the kids. Can't complain. Now, it's hard to complain when it is Mother's Day, isn't it, mate? It is hard to complain. Yeah, she's had a good day. She had a nice lay-in. We let her have a nice lay-in. I had the kids in the morning. And then she got up, opened her prezzies from the kids and all that sort of stuff. And a nice chilled day. She's had she had a nice chill day. I think she's had a good day. I'm hoping she had, because she's a cracking mother to our kids, and yeah, all right, she's had a good one. Salah's agent needs to do one. Yeah, totally. Jamie, have you not seen in our results against some teams we draw or lose the first game and win the second game? It was against Brighton. We drew the first game, won the second game. Same with Brentford. So what you're saying, Ali, is that we're going to beat Man City. Is that what you're saying? Is that what you're saying? Jason McKenna Diaz not getting mentioned. Yeah, I mentioned him earlier on. Jason, I did. At first, I forgot about Diaz, and then I went back to him in the squad. But Diaz, Jason, we know, great, absolutely superb player. He reminds me of Mo Salah a little bit. Diaz. I think next season Diaz is going to get over 20 goals. Did anyone see Diaz's goal for Colombia the other day? Great goal for Colombia the other day. He scored a tremendous goal. And West Ham, let's hope we do the same against. Yeah, we did. Oh, that's true. So everyone we're drawn to, we're beaten in the second game so far, have we? Let's hope that continues, Ali. If Liverpool can lock the City midfield, then they can have a chance of winning the game. Good point. We're winning the effing lot, Jamie. That we are, my man. Hopefully. So that's basically my video, guys, looking at the two squads. I don't know about you guys. I thought it was an interesting video to look at. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It was something I thought of the other day. As I said, I saw that video of the Man City fans and that saying about the squad. So I Googled it for myself and realised, yeah, you know what? City squad, maybe not that strong as people think. And I thought, let's do a video about it. Get the squads up. I'll talk about it. Get everyone on. I hope you enjoyed it, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I thought it went quite well. Videos coming up in the future, guys. So I'll try and do something tomorrow. I might do a bit of transfer news, contract news, all that sort of thing. You know, Liverpool were in for, is it Gavi from Barcelona? The young kid over there. Apparently he's not actually signed a new Barcelona contract yet. And Liverpool are interested and pouncing on that. Obviously the Salah contract, where news this weekend's coming out that Mo looks like he wants to double down and sign a contract with Liverpool. He doesn't want to go anywhere. He wants big money, but he knows Liverpool are not going to give him maybe the big money he wants. So he's willing to come down in his price a little bit. And, there might be, looks like that might be going ahead. So it looks like Mo might sign on. So I might talk about that tomorrow, guys. A video in the afternoon tomorrow, maybe, that you guys can catch up on. And then Tuesday, I've got a big day Tuesday. So there's 2 watch-alongs on Tuesday, one after the other. So I'm going to do Senegal-Egypt, the second leg. Obviously, whoever wins goes to the World Cup, basically. It's all for everything. Senegal-Egypt, that's at 6 o'clock. And then as soon as that's finished, we're going to go straight over to the England and Ivory Coast game and watch that. I think that's a 7:45 kickoff. So as soon as the Senegal-Egypt game's over, guys, stay with me because I'm going to go straight to the England game, straight into it. We might miss the first few minutes of the game, but we'll get straight into it as well. So they're the 2 watch-alongs tomorrow, guys. So that's a big one tomorrow. I'll probably be on for about 3 or so hours. So tune in for that, guys, if you can. It should be a good one. And then on Wednesday night, I have got my Premier League preview. The Premier League is back, guys. Wednesday night, I've got my Premier League preview. I'm going to hopefully have some guests on the show as well, which will be good. And we're going to be looking at the whole next weekend's Premier League games, guys, on Wednesday night. Not just Liverpool-Watford's game. We'll look at all the Premier League games coming up next weekend. So that's me. And then, obviously, I'll probably do an individual Liverpool-Watford preview. And then, obviously, I'll be doing the Liverpool-Watford watch-along next Saturday night. And another thing, next weekend, I don't know if anyone likes their wrestling. I like my wrestling. I'm an old man who likes my wrestling still. I'm a bit of a geek and nerd, I know. But I will be doing WrestleMania watch-alongs next weekend. So next Saturday night, next Sunday night from midnight, I will be doing WrestleMania watch-along as well. So if anyone's interested in their wrestling or just wants to come on, come into the chat, come on with me and have a laugh, have a chat with me while we're watching. You're more welcome if you can stay up. That is, it's on late, but yeah, that's my week coming up on the channel, guys, and you can join me for it. It'd be a good one, guys. We've got 10 of you in the chat right now. I'd love it if you could all hit the like button on the channel, guys, on the video. Give the channel a like, video a like. If you've not subscribed and you've liked what you've seen here today, please leave a subscription on the channel. You know, we're on my way to 500 subs. I'm on 352 at this moment in time, so on my way to 500 subs. So I'd really appreciate if you can help me get there, guys. So if you like what you see, give it a like, give it a sub. I'd really, really appreciate that, guys. Any questions you want to ask me in the chat before we go, please get me in the chat and I'll answer your questions. Let me get some of your comments here that I haven't read yet. John, really enjoyed that one, Joe. Brilliant as always. Respect. Cheers, John, my man. I'm not believing any rumour of Salah's contract unless he holds a shirt. Yeah, same, mate. But we can have a chat about it tomorrow, Ali. We can have a chat about it tomorrow. Should be a good one. Jason McKenna, good show. Good work, bro. You never walk alone. Thank you, Jason. And put pen and paper. Carvalho still on Klopp radar. Yeah, my man. It's got a bit quiet, but it looks like, you know, from people in the know, like your Paul Joyces and that, it looks like it's about Liverpool and them just finding the right compensation package and sorting that. I think Nico Williams might stay at Fulham next season as a little softener, a little sweetener in the deal as well. But Liverpool don't want to pay too much. They don't want to go to tribunal. Well, Fulham don't want it to go to tribunal where they'll get less money for him. A bit like Harvey Elliott came to Liverpool from Fulham. They got burnt with Harvey Elliott last time, so they don't want the same to happen again. So they don't want it to go tribunal. They want, I think, 15 million, you know. So I think they're trying to sort of deal out there, and it looks like it will be done. Because at this moment in time, it's just Liverpool in the race for him. So there's no rush on this thing. I mean, he basically almost signed on deadline day. He even had he had a medical and everything on deadline day. He had a medical, but they just didn't get the paperwork in time because they couldn't get the paperwork in time, and the Premier League wouldn't allow them to have an extension. That's why the deal fell apart. But they said after that, we'll definitely do a deal later on in the season. So, yeah, I'd assume by the summer they come to some compromise, get the deal done. Carvalho will be a Liverpool player next season. Carvalho and his family wants the Liverpool move. Yeah, they certainly do. And that happen. When that happens, I am relaxed. Yeah, look, Carvalho will be a great player for the club. Really good player for the club. Exceptional young talent. You can see it at Fulham at this moment in time. And I know a lot of people say it's only the Championship and all that, but Championship is an extremely difficult league, especially when you're a youngster. And he's doing really well. He's doing really, really well, and he's going to be a big player wherever he goes. But hopefully it's Liverpool, and he'll do big things under Jurgen Klopp. Klopp already mentioned him in a presser. Klopp doesn't do that usually. He doesn't talk about other players that aren't from Liverpool. Yeah, exactly. Victor Moses transferred to Burnley, blocked by the FA from Sparta. Yeah, I read about this, Daffy. So Victor Moses is sort of not held hostage, obviously, but he can't get out of Russia because this government and the FA won't let anyone from Russia come over into the country. So it's a difficult one. For Moses at the moment is completely stuck in Russia. Obviously, nothing's happening because of what's going on over there. And he tried to get the Burnley FA blocked it because of everything going on. It's a strange one. It would have been a decent move for Victor Moses and for Burnley. That would have been a decent bit of business, but hopefully they can sort that out and he can get his move because he's a free agent, I believe, ain't he? and you can still make free agent transfers. So, yeah, hopefully that can be sorted. Guys. But thank you for joining me today, guys. Really do appreciate it. You've all been excellent. I hope you really enjoyed that video. I enjoyed putting it together and talking about it as well, and giving you my thoughts on the squad and showing the world that, you know, Liverpool Man City squad are actually not that far apart. Thank you for joining me today. Everyone on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, whoever's watched, please hit the like. Come and hit the like button on the video. Leave a subscribe if you're not subscribed. Help me to 500 subs. Really appreciate, guys. Really appreciate all of you being on the channel as always. Look out for a little video tomorrow. Little transfer gossip, contract, salad talk. And then big watch along on Tuesday. 2 games back to back. Gotta be a big one. And then Wednesday, the Premier League is back with Premier League preview. Looking forward to it. Big week ahead on the channel, guys. Peace out. Thanks to everyone joining me today. Appreciate every single one of you.